Hey there, fellow dog lovers in Walla Walla. If you're on the hunt for a great dog trainer, you've definitely come to the right place. We're going to walk through everything you need to know to find the perfect professional for your four-legged family member so you can feel totally confident in your choice. You know, one of the best things about living in Walla Walla is all the fun stuff you can do with your dog. Just picture it. A beautiful stroll through Pioneer Park, browsing the downtown farmers market. Life is just so much more enjoyable when your dog is calm and well-behaved. So here's what we've got on tap. We'll talk about setting training goals that make sense for life around here, get into the most effective training methods, and help you choose the right kind of program. We'll also cover costs and credentials, give you some key questions to ask any trainer, and wrap up with Walla Walla's local rules and resources. First things first, let's talk about how living right here in Walla Walla should actually shape your training goals. Really, the best training is all about real-life situations. So think about your day-to-day. Do you want your dog to be calm around the ducks at Pioneer Park? Or how about walking politely on a crowded sidewalk downtown without pulling your arm off? Good manners for those visits to dog-friendly wineries or reliable behavior on the Mill Creek trails? That's the kind of stuff that makes all the difference. So now that we know what we want to train, let's talk about how. We're going to focus on the modern approach, which is all about humane and effective techniques. The method we absolutely recommend is called positive reinforcement. The idea behind it is pretty simple. You reward the behaviors you want to see more of. So if your dog sits nicely, they get a treat or some praise. It's a fantastic way to build a strong bond based on trust and cooperation, and it makes learning fun for them. And this is a really crucial point. You'll want to avoid any trainers who use fear, pain, or intimidation tactics. All the modern science shows that positive, humane methods are way safer, they get better results in the long run, and they help you build a much healthier relationship with your dog. With that in mind, let's look at the different kinds of training programs available. Finding the format that fits your lifestyle and your dog's needs is a huge part of success. You've basically got three main options. Group classes are wonderful for general obedience and getting your dog comfortable around other dogs and people. Private sessions are great for tackling specific behavior issues, since the trainer can give you one-on-one attention right in your own home. And then there's board and train, where your dog stays with the trainer for some intensive work. This can be great for busy owners, but just remember, you'll be the one reinforcing that training once they're back home. Okay, let's get down to the practical stuff. Money and qualifications. It's good to know what to expect before you start making calls. To give you a general idea of costs in the Walla Walla area, a 6-week puppy class usually runs somewhere between $140 and $220. A single 1-hour private lesson is often in the $80 to $130 range. And those intensive board and train programs, well, they're a bigger investment, often starting around $1,500 or more for a couple of weeks. This should give you a good ballpark for budgeting. Now, here's the thing about trainers. Washington doesn't require them to be licensed. That's why professional certifications are so important. They show that a trainer is committed to their education and professional standards. For general training, look for something like CDPTK. If you're dealing with more serious issues like anxiety, a credential like CBCCK indicates a higher level of expertise. Now that you know what to look for, you need to be ready for that first conversation. We'll give you a toolkit of essential questions to ask any potential trainer. So, how do you really find the right fit? It's about more than just a resume. It's about finding someone whose approach you're comfortable with and who communicates well with both you and your dog. Okay, here are your must-ask questions. Always ask about their training philosophy to make sure it's positive. Ask about their credentials. A great question is, how do you measure progress and success? And of course, get all the details on fees and cancellation policies up front so there are no surprises. For serious behavior issues, it's also a very good sign if they work with local veterinarians. Being a responsible dog owner is also about being a great community member. So let's quickly cover some local rules and then highlight some awesome spots around town to practice those new skills. All right, here are a few local laws every Walla Walla dog owner should know. There is a leash law. Your dog has to be on a leash that's 8 feet or shorter when you're off your property. A current rabies vaccine is required by the state. And while you don't need a city license, you do need that rabies tag on your dog's collar. And just remember, excessive barking can be considered a noise nuisance, so it's all part of being a good neighbor. So where can you go to put all this training into practice? For working on leash skills, Jefferson Park, Pioneer Park, and the trails out at Bennington Lake are all fantastic. And when you're ready to work on that all-important recall, the Walla Walla Dog Park over at Rooks Park is the perfect, safe, fenced-in spot to practice. Finding the right trainer is really just the start. With a little bit of practice, you and your dog will be ready to enjoy everything our wonderful community has to offer, from relaxing at home to friendly encounters with neighbors and confident adventures in all of Walla Walla's beautiful spaces. We wish you both the very best.